cohort studies are better than case control studies, are sitting higher on the kind of evidence hierarchy because they're longitudinal. You preserve the temporality component, which is a key component of cause and effect, yeah? So case control studies were necessary in the past because cohort studies for rare conditions needed to be very large, or you need to follow them up for a very long time because you needed that kind of exposure to have enough cases, incidents of rare outcomes, correct? So cohort studies preserve that relationship in a temporal sense between exposures and outcomes. Notice the plural in this. Cohort studies are not limited to one outcome nor one exposure. You can follow up for multiple outcomes, whereas case control studies can only focus on one outcome, whatever the case actually is. Is that okay? So someone tell me, why is it now, based on technology, we don't need case control studies as much anymore? What is it about cohort studies that allow us to undertake them with far more ease nowadays?
Probably electronic medical records.
Perfect. Very good. What's your name, young man?
Oliver.
Oliver. Well done, Oliver. Retrospective cohort studies are cohort studies for all intents and purposes. The cohort structure is maintained. However, with data, as Oliver said, through EMR or other forms of data, we can now assemble cohorts after the follow-up is complete. Yeah? All the benefits of a cohort study without the time and effort and money required to assemble them and follow people up in real time because of data. Is that okay, guys? So retrospective cohort studies, by and large, are better than case control studies, which is why we don't see as many case control studies undertaken anymore. So here's an example. Amy was in 5th year, now at Monash, or back then she was at Monash. She did her honours and then did a PhD. She took all the cases for tonsillectomy in Victoria, in admin data, 2 million sort of records, and analysed these kids, they're all kids, as they followed up after their principal or index tonsillectomy, and then followed them up for readmissions afterwards. And she was able to assemble a cohort, essentially, a group of kids who had tonsillectomy followed up over whatever time, with the outcome being of re-hospitalisation. Every time they got re-hospitalised, we actually knew that. So we could assemble this cohort. Does that make sense, guys? So you have that opportunity because, as Oliver says, we have good data. You just need the ethics and the governance to access that data and obviously some skills to analyse it.